Hello everyone, welcome back to the fly tying section here at EP. Today we're gonna have a little fun tying a crab for redfish. I did this crab many years ago, probably 15 years ago, and at some point it got lost on the cloud. I don't know why, and people, they were not really looking for these flies, and all of a sudden a fellow down in Texas sent me several emails asking me, so whatever happened with the crab, whatever happened, best crab, yada yada, and so forth and so on. I said, okay, I'm gonna redo that and put it back into the market, and we'll see what's going to can happen. Sure enough, now this little crab over here for redfish is doing great everywhere, pretty much in the Gulf, from Louisiana, Texas, all the way here into the Carolinas. So we're gonna get busy tying this fell over here. Only 3 materials is required: streamer brush, 2.5, 0.5, silky, 3D for the claws, which is kind of long over here. Probably that's attracted the fish better when this fly gets in the water, a lot of movement and so forth and so on. We got some eye hooks and everything else we might need it. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put together this claw over here with the silky fibers, and this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and pick a bunch. I wanna make sure I have the right quantity over here. This seems to be okay. Let me see, just to make sure. All right, maybe a tiny bit more. Okay. So I got my bunch and put them over here for the time being. I want to put it back, these fibers, out of the package. Right here. And this is how it's going to work with this. We're going to go and we're going to tie a knot over here. Just one. Make sure it's nice and tight. So that's one. Then we go on the other side. We're going to do the other one. Just like that. Anyway, so I'm going to fold together. That's one. And what I will do is make a pointy over here with the scissors. As you can see it, fairly easy to do it, just to point them out so that we have it tapered, just like that. You'll do it roughly now, and then at the end, once you establish the length of the claw, you will be able to do the last touch up. So here it is, just like that. And again, doing this, see how easy it is for me using this long blade scissors. To me, are a lifesaver when it comes to trimming big flies. So let me see what it's a little bit too long. We're gonna fix in a minute. It's probably around here. Let me see. Yeah. All right, so I got this guys over here. Put the scissors on the side, clean up a little bit of this mess. There we go. We're gonna do the hook. It's a 2-aught hook, and we're gonna do some chartreuse threads. Let me put this thing over here. This way my eyes are not gonna catch it. It's better to have nothing with where the hook is located so that the eyes, they don't crisscross you with anything on the back. All right, there we go. Again, we're gonna do a nice laid over threads. Just like that. And you're gonna go around the bend of the hook, because over here we're going to put the first brush, which is the 0.5 in orange. So we're gonna create over here is the egg sac, what I call it. See that? It's right here. Okay, so let's do this over here. We're gonna just remove a little bit out of here, see how is that, and lash in the first brush, which is the 0.5 for the egg sac. And we're gonna just stay here for a minute. Best thing you can do is just turn the hook a little bit so you'll be able to work easily. And just do your, this maybe is four wraps, 4 or 5. I haven't counted. Honestly, I really don't count. I always go by the eye. So this is close. Probably I did 6 or 7 turns. Okay, so now I will tie in and cut them out. I'm gonna straighten the hook up so I'll be able to work easier. It's not that straight, so now it's straight. So now I'm going back over here. And the reason I'm doing that is to put the eye, the lead eye. It's right here. One, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's make sure this thing is exactly where you want it. Okay. Got 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Again, you see I always untwisted the threads. Now I start to put a little pressure. I want to make sure it's okay. Now I go underneath. Everybody knows this trick, I presume. That will create at the base, and hopefully this lead eyes will not move. What I like to do at this point is just go over there, put my glue over here. Actually, it's a little bit easier for me. And we keep on going, doing a little, there you go, a little crossing over here. I think I got enough. So at this point, I'm gonna just tie in the threads. I'm done with the threads because I'm gonna switch with clear mono. There you go, any excess. All right. Once we do that, I'm gonna prepare my eyes. There they are. Okay, we're gonna grab the two little guys over here, ready to go. Here they are. And I'm gonna grab the threads. I got my brush right here. And the brush is the first thing that we're gonna put them in, okay? You can go on the side or you can go on top, whichever you prefer. It really, I don't think it makes difference. Okay, so now I got my plier. Figure out how long we want. Let me see if it goes over here. They shouldn't really pass the bend. You know, your length actually can be, see, right at the bend of the hook. So I would say if we position them over here, we should be fine. So as you can see it, I grab them together and pinch them together so I do have the same length of the eye. I don't do one by one, so I have the pretty much the same length. Go one more over here so that they will not roll when you tie with the monofilament. So we're good with that. So I got the eyes ready to go. Let's put those little guys over here. Okay. So the claw, we're gonna give you should be able to see it. See where the knot is? So I would say you go, let me see what we should do over here. Yeah, ½ inch from where you tie, so the claw will have a movement in the water. So ½ inch is fine, right there. Once you do the first one, the second one should be easy to calculate the distance. And of course, it's gonna have to go on the side. There you go. I mean, you know, really, you want to be precise, but if you're not, it's not the end of the world. Cut this at an angle. There you go. So don't worry about that little fiber sticking out. We'll fix that in a minute. Now let's work the eyes. And it's going to go a circle on top where you tie the claw. One. And two. This is a little bit too long. Don't worry about it. Here we go. We're gonna clip it. Okay. tie the eyes right on top. Okay. Done. You reposition the claw on the side. You just make sure they're on the side. We have the eyes on the top. We have the brush over here in position. Once everything is good, then it's time to put a drop of glue. Be careful not to put a lot. Just like that. So you can have your bodkin ready, your finger brush ready, and now we're gonna just wrap this thing around. And this is how it's gonna work. So I just want to point that there is a space over here in between the claw and the egg sac. We have to fill this gap with the brush. So it's not really difficult to do it. Get your bodkin in your hand so that you can push the eyes away. And we're gonna go with the first one. Go around and around. So let me see. All right, so that's one turn. And then just push those fibers away so that when we do the other turns, we're not gonna go on top of it. Careful on those eyes, go around the eyes and around the claw over here, right in front of the claw. So that wasn't my second wrap. Again, I'm not really counting because I need to fill the gap over here nicely. It's a crab, so I want a full body. Okay, go around the eyes. I'm sure you can see that. Go down below. Actually, let me just pull it with my bodkin over here. See, it comes nice this way. It seems difficult, but it's not. Trust me. Just be patient on these wraps over here, because once we pass that, we're gonna be good. So now we're gonna do just one wrap in between the eye and the claw. That's all you need it. Once we do that, we don't want to make sure. Okay. Now we're gonna push the claw backwards, and we're gonna do one wrap right behind. So that will bring the claws forward. Just like that. So at this point, now we can use the brush. There you go. Now, from this point on, I really don't need it to turn my vise anymore, because now we have the space between the eyes and the lead eyes. And I'm gonna just wrap it like I would do with any brush. Now we can use the finger brush, just like that. Nice and tight. Again, you want a full body. When I do crabs, I do really tight body, because what happens is, being a full body, this is what I discovered right from the beginning. When you do your cast, we have the lead eyes. The lead eyes, no matter what, is going to make that little noise. I mean, the red fishes, they're not really that spooky, but when you go permit, then we're talking different animals over here, so they're kind of spooky. So what happens is when you do have a dense body, it's kind of, when it gets into the water, it kind of cushion it. So it give it that cushioness, the softness, so the splashes are not gigantic, that they can see it. And they can see it, they can hear everything. So that's the reason why I do the bodies into the crabs nice and tight. I wanted that cushion it. And of course, the lead eye, it will bring the fly down where you want it in a very fast way. Okay, we almost. You want to make sure you're very tight behind the lead eye. You want to be nice and full, just like that. There you go. Looks good to me. I mean, I could actually put another one. Let me see. I will know right away. Oh yeah, we can fit it. And then when I'm over here, on the bottom of the crab, which this is your bottom over here. So now I let it go and I get my chartreuse threads. I don't know what it is about crabs, but I always use a chartreuse. Sometimes it depends on the pattern, I use orange. But I would say 99% is always chartreuse. I don't know what it is. I can explain to them myself. But chartreuse is the color they like it. And here we go. So basically, we want to lash the wire right behind the hook eye, right here. And this is how it goes. I do 1 and 2, pull it. See that? 1 and 2. So what I will do at this point is simple. Cutting the threads. And here's the Y. You see the Y is right here. Yeah, let me show you how it works. I'll leave a little points over here, don't forget that. And you see it, I'm pushing forward, backwards, I'm sorry. And now I go back right behind the hook eye, as you can see it. So that way, the Y is not going anywhere. At this point, it's time to put the wing guards. I will fish this fly without the wing guards, but just to tell you, I don't know if you are aware of it, there is a video in tips and tricks in my web that will show you in details and a very close-up how to put the wing guards. So if you want to put a wing guards, you should watch that video. Now we're gonna finish it. There you go. I'm gonna finish them up, just like that. All right, looks good. I'm gonna do some haircut over here, and we're good to go. I'm gonna move my vise. All right, let's have some fun over here now. You can start on the top, you can start on the bottom. It really don't make that much of a difference, but usually I do start from the bottom. Yeah, it goes like that. One thing you want to pay attention is this. This is your claw. You just want to push them away, okay? So that they don't get cut mistakenly. Just like that. Now we're gonna go on top. We're gonna move the claw away. Just like that. It's a little bit messy, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? Now we're gonna start to give him the shape. And again, you know, when it comes to the shape of the crab, you just shape it any way you want. You round, long, sideways, you know, whatever you want, pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there for now. The color I'm doing over here is a root beer. I like this color. Looks good on the water. Over here, see the way I'm doing? Just like that. There we go. I like to leave it kind of bushy, if you know what I mean. We get in there. Let's see the length of the claw. Yeah, this guy is a little bit longer, so as I said before, at the end, if they are too long, then we're gonna go and trim it. Just like that. Go on the other side. Okay, looks good to me. All right. I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm not gonna go that crazy. And there it is. We have this red fish It's a big crab. You know, it's a chunk of meat over here for those fish. You know, I mean, they're big. Especially if you go down to the Louisiana, those fish, they're big. And obviously, those big fish, you know, they will never refuse a big bite. This might be a little bit bigger than the one are available for sale, but you know, as I suggested always in the past, and I will never stop to repeat it myself, you go fishing, in your arsenal, you always want to take these guys with you. This and this. Because for whatever reason it might be, let's assume that this fly is a little bit too big. You know, it can be a crab, it can be a stream or whatever. If it's a little bit too big to their test, if you have a this and this, then you can do those adjustments right in the water. So guess what? Who's gonna be out of luck over there is the fish. If you don't have this, and then you have in that kind of situation, who's gonna be out of luck? In that case, it's gonna be you. But you always got these two little guys over here. Believe me, you will not regret it. Tie this fish, these flies, have some fun if you go red fishing, and let me know if you liked it and if it catches any fish. Until next time.